Saoirse Ronan in On Chesil Beach, CreditRobert Viglasky, Bleecker StreetMay 11, 2018 New TV shows, museum openings, film releases and concerts. It's a lot to keep track of. Let us help you. For the week of May 13th, 7 events in New York and elsewhere not to be missed. Film, Saoirse Ronan in On Chesil Beach'May 18. At 13, Saoirse Ronan captured her first Oscar nomination as Briony Tallis, an aspiring writer from a wealthy English family who tears her older sister's life apart, in the 2007 adaptation of Ian McEwan's Atonement. A decade later, the Irish-American actress and the British author are collaborating again, this time in the film version of his novella, On Chesil Beach, opening Friday, May 18th, in New York and Los Angeles. Ms. Ronan, who earned her second nomination as a 1950s immigrant in Brooklyn, and her third as a free-spirited Sacramento high schooler in Lady Bird, stars as Florence Ponting, a violinist deeply in love with the history student Edward Mayhew, Billy Howell, but reluctant to partake of the pleasures of the flesh. Virgins, both Florence and Edward reach an impasse on their wedding night on the Dorset seashore in 1962, as the youthquake prepares to upend the country's social mores. Tender, yearning and piquantly comic, On Chesil Beach, is the feature debut from the Olivier-winning theatre director Dominic Cooke, who tackled Shakespeare, and Benedict Cumberbatch, for the BBC in The Hollow Crown, The Wars of the Roses. Catherine Shattuck, Courtney Barnett, Nameless, Faceless. Credit video by Milk Records. Melbourne, May 18, iTunes.apple.com. If Enter Tell Me How You Really Feel, the highly anticipated sophomore album from Australian singer-songwriter Courtney Barnett, whose plain-spoken yet anthemic rock songs earned her a Grammy nomination for Best New Artist in 2016. Her 2015 debut, Sometimes I Sit and Think, and Sometimes I Just Sit, featured a collection of songs whose rockies, grungy exteriors belied their crystalline lyrics that described a specific, defiant and nonconformist feminism instead of generic girl power. Barnett came out swinging with Nameless, Faceless, the first single off Tell Me How You Really Feel, specifically, at internet trolls. "Don't you have anything better to do?" she asks in the song's opening line, before eviscerating the kind of online rage displayed by the Toronto attacker, who claimed involuntary celibacy was a rationale for mass murder. Another album cut is called I'm Not Your Mother, I'm Not Your Bitch. Barnett has stated that the song is not specifically about men. What it's definitely about, though, is the feeling of not being able to take it anymore. Natalie Weiner. Image from left, the Bang On It founders David Lang, Julia Wolfe, and Michael Gordon. Credit George Etheredge for The New York Times. May 13, bongonican.org. Stream live at facebook.com/bongonican. In a small Soho art gallery on Mother's Day in 1987, three iconoclastic young composers inaugurated what has become an annual New York tradition, the Bang On It Festival, a gleefully eclectic marathon concert of contemporary music. For more than 3 decades, Bang On It has roved about the city, but this year the marathon returns to its downtown and Mother's Day origins, with a free 10-hour concert on Sunday at NYU. Skier Ball. Characteristically diverse highlights include music by Terry Riley, Galina Ustvolskaya, The Magnetic Fields of Stephen Merritt, and the Bang On It founders Michael Gordon, David Lang and Julia Wolfe. But particularly of note is a trio of 3 vibrant works by the composer Jeffrey Brooks, a longtime Bang On It colleague and the subject of a new recording initiative by the organization. William Robin Dinette Lavinia Grace from 2015's Men on Boats, Credit Ulk Young. May 19, June 29, clubidthumb.org. There are team-building exercises, and then there are bosses with a flair for drama. When the employees of Tin Cat Shoes close up shop and venture together into the wilderness, their fearless leader is swiftly dragged into a cave by a bear, held captive and possibly mauled. Or is he? Maybe he staged the whole thing, trying to gauge how his crew reacts in a crisis. such are the goings-on in Trish Harnedow's comedy, Tin Cat Shoes, which kicks off Club Thumb's Summerworks Festival, an annual three-course feast of fresh new plays at the Wild Project in the East Village. Directed by Canute Adams, Aloha, Aloha, or When I Was Queen, and running May 19 to 29, the show boasts downtown stalwarts including Donetta Lavinia Grays, a veteran of Summerworks productions including Men on Boats 2015, and last year's I've Government, and the Obie Award winner David Greenspan. From then on, the festival turns Texan, continuing with Angela Hanks's Wild or Gone, June 4 to 14, A Tale of Land, Sex and Female Ambition in 1921 Dallas, and Will Arbery's Plano, June 19 to 29, about three grown sisters and the men they love but never fully know. Laura Collins' views from Jose Maldonado's Pa, Triana Boy, credit Christopher Duggan May 15 to 20, flamencovivo.org. It takes a strong leader to keep a dance company afloat in New York for 35 years. Carlota Santana founded Flamenco Vivo in 1983 with Roberto Lorca. After his death from AIDS in 1987, she kept it going. Women's leadership will be a theme running through the troupe's 35th anniversary season at BAM Fisher, which features a new work by the path-breaking flamenco artist Belén Maya. Her Mujeres Valientes, for six dancers, draws inspiration from two Latin American activists who fought for women's rights, the 17th-century Mexican writer Sor Juana Inés de la Cruz and the 19th-century South American revolutionary Manuela Sáenz. The composer and guitarist Gaspar Rodriguez contributes an original score, to be played live. Sharing the program are new solos by the Spanish choreographers Jose Maldonado and Guadalupe Torres. Mr. Maldonado will also bring back last season's Pa, Triana Boy, offering a glimpse into Triana, a neighborhood in Seville known for its vital flamenco culture. Siobhan Brooke May 13, PBS.org. It's been 24 years since Gillian Armstrong put her magical spin on Louisa May Alcott's Little Women, starring Winona Ryder as the tomboyish writer Jo March, living in Concord, Mass., with her mother, Marmee, and sisters Amy, Meg and Beth, while their father, a chaplain, ministers to soldiers during the Civil War. Now comes the masterpiece and BBC co-production, adapted by Heidi Thomas, the creator of Called the Midwife, and featuring the marquee players Emily Watson, Angela Lansbury and Michael Gambon. The two-part presentation will air on Sundays, May 13 and 20, on PBS, but the biggest hype is reserved for Maya Hawke, the 19-year-old daughter of Uma Thurman and Ethan Hawke, who is making her screen debut as the willful Jo, her long hair, as the book tells it, her only beauty. With parents like that? Hardly, Ms. Hawke gave up her place at Juilliard to portray the character, near to her heart since reading the novel as a child struggling with dyslexia. She'll next be seen as Robin, described as an alternative girl, on Season 3 of Netflix's Stranger Things, expected out in 2019. Catherine Shattucka 3D printed earned by Michael Eden. Credit Ellen McDermott, Smithsonian Institution and Cooper Hewitt through Jan. 15, CooperHewitt.org. This exhibition of nearly 200 globe and millennium-spanning objects is ostensibly dedicated to the science of color. It does politely nod to that ambition, with optics manuscripts from Isaac Newton and Johann Wolfgang von Goethe, plates from Joseph Albers' monumental handbook, interaction of color, and myriad examples of natural and artificial dyes. But what it's really all about is the mysteriously magnetic appeal of rainbows and monochromes, from a 4th-century blue glass vase and 19th-century color wheels to our own era's Pantone cards, pink princess telephones and blueberry iMacs. A few items of higher design, like an intricate green 3D printed urn by Michael Eden, add a thought-provoking element. On the whole, you won't be there to think about color, you'll be there to enjoy it. Will Heinrich.